Welcome to the podcast, everyone. I am your host, March McCartney. On this Thursday afternoon, guess who just got their Spectrum bill lower? Actually, got increased, but it didn't get as increased as much as it could have. Spectrum is an internet company, by the way. Guys, by the way, if you're paying for your internet bill and you just pay the regular price, call them and be like, it's too much. And they'll be like, oh my God, we can't lose you as a customer. We're so scared. We'll make it lower. You got to do that because you guys are paying too much money. Spectrum, they have a deal where you pay, fucking, this is how they get you. They go, look at how cheap our internet is. For 1 year, you pay, whatever, $40 a month, I think. And then they're also like, we'll give you a free phone number. I just lost my second phone number. I used to have two phones. I gave one back because I don't need it anymore. I sent it back. I returned it. But on my regular phone, I had two phone numbers. I had two phones, one of them with no phone number, one of them with two phone numbers. I feel like I've told this before, where I used to give this phone number out on like Hinge or whatever if I match with someone. They look kind of scary because I match with only scary people. I match with like serial killers. I'd give them that phone number, and then if the date went well, I'd be like, by the way, I gave you my second phone number, and they'd be like, what the fuck? The hell is this? So Spectrum will give you two phone numbers, Jesus, sorry guys, I'm about to yawn. I'm boring myself. Gee, can this guy shut up already? Podcast just started. Spectrum will give you a free phone number when you sign up for their internet, but after the year, the internet price goes up, and they start charging you for the phone number. So I said, fuck this, I don't want this phone number. I called them, and you got to be fully ready. This is the trick. You got to be fully ready to cancel. I found this all on Reddit. The technique, got to be like, it's too expensive, I got to cancel. They kept passing me to new people. One of them was playing hardball. They're like, well, the price we gave you for the first year is not meant to be a permanent price. That's an introductory price. And I was like, all right, I'll cancel then. All right, fuck face, I'll cancel. And then finally, I went to this very nice lady. You have to be nice, by the way. You can't yell at them. Don't say fuck face. This very nice lady at the end. She's like, I'll see what I can do. A Southern woman. Southern black lady, I believe, if I had to stereotype her. I'll see what I can do. And then, they tell you where they're from, too. They're like, this is Maurice from Spectrum calling from Dayton, Ohio. How are you, mister? And she helped me out. We technically increased the capacity of my internet and then added, instead of doubling the price, it's only $5 a month more. So guess who got a good deal? I don't even know if it's going to increase next year, but guess what I'm going to do then? The exact same thing. Guess I'm going to call and be like, well, it's too much. It's too much. The world is... Haven't you seen the news, bro? The stock market's... I can't pay for this anymore. They're always going to try to upsell you, though. They're like, do you want the phone still? I'm like, I don't want this fucking phone, bro. I don't want my second phone number. I'm not trapping like that anymore. I gave up my trapping ways. I don't need two phones. One for the plug? One for the hose? No. No, I do not need one for the hose, guys. The hose all come through this phone. This is the Ho device, the Hoometer, as they call it. I don't have any more Ho puns. I don't have any more Ho puns, but that's good. No, so I have one more year of $45 a month internet, which I'll gladly take, and it's now faster. And apparently they changed their options too, and there's one for $30 a month, which is way less speed though, and I actually think I need more speed. So we're good. It's fine. It's all good. It's all good. I was kind of scared because there wasn't many other alternative options. I would have canceled. I would have gone to T-Mobile, I think, which is like $50 a month, and I think it's worse. But I just care about paying. I'm not paying $80 a month for internet, guys. What am I? What am I, made of money? Incorrect. So, yeah, literally just call them and be like, I'm going to cancel, and they'll give you a better deal. Last week I said, what did I say? Buy a carbon monoxide detector so you don't die. This week, do what I just said. Every week I'll just give you a tip, guys. How to save money, how to save your life, how to save your family, how to save your alt-right brother from falling down a weird pipeline of becoming an incel. I don't know how to do that. I don't know how to save him. I was going to say something weird. Do not touch him. Do not show him. Isn't there a movie with like Jennifer Lawrence where like the parents pay her to like fall in love with their kid or to like have sex with their child or some shit? I don't even know. I feel like I've heard of that happening for like kids on their bar mitzvah or something. The parents will pay for a prostitute to have sex with the kids. Classic, dude. Some of these religions, no offense to like Judaism or Islam, but some of these religions, bro, these people go crazy. These people are like, you are a man now, we need to have you fuck this random woman. You are a man now, pull out your penis and let's do it in front of the family. Uncle Joseph wants to see you do this. That's kind of crazy. That's a little intense, and some of you guys are fanatics. Some of you guys are a little insane, But it's okay. It's fine, you know? It's fine. If, like I said this last episode, if you're 13 and you're having sex, grow up. Get a fucking life, guys. All right, what else? This is a podcast about saving money today. We just save money on Spectrum. I save money on my rent, too. They were going to increase it more. I said, hey, that's too expensive. And I didn't go low enough because I started too low, and then they started negotiating, and I was like, fuck. Should have started lower, and then we met in the middle, and it would have been lower. But it's okay. It's still not. Prices are going up. Even though the economy is not looking good, prices are going up in some places. There's the city, things are, or whatever. I keep my AC on in the winter, though. I think that's a problem because it's fucking hot, bro. It's fucking hot in here. I can't turn my radiator completely off. Just residual heat seeps in. Fuck, it's 30 degrees outside. I got my AC on. What the fuck? Makes no sense. It's dry as shit in my room. I have to have a humidifier. It's like I have a million things combating each other just because I can't sleep when it's too hot. I refuse to sweat in my bed, guys. If I get an ounce of sweat in my bed, I'm like, I fucking ruin this shit. Also, my sheets are starting to rip too, guys. Let me just say, I go crazy in my bed. My bed gets wild. It's like I'm like a tiger in there when I'm alone, not with any human being. When I'm alone, it just gets ripping. I just found a bunch of holes in my sheets. I'm like, what the fuck? I bought them 2 years ago. So I might have to get new, I don't know what it's called. The fitted sheet, the one on top. They were linen. They were like $100 linen sheets, bro. I gotta get new sheets, but I keep my AC on in the winter. I think it's relatively cheap. I actually don't know what electricity costs because Con Edison makes up my electricity bill every time they fuck around. Some months it's like, hey, Matt, you owe $100. I'm like, cool. Some months, hey, you owe $2,500. Surprise. I'm like, okay, what is the exact amount I owe? Hey, you owe us $800 a month. I know last month you paid $100 and nothing changed since then, but this month actually you owe us $800 a month. And then for the next 3 months you also. They don't even give me a bill every month. They give me a bill every 3 months. And they're like, oh, you didn't realize it was $800 a month? And I'm like, fuck you, Con Edison. So I gotta call them. I've called so many support numbers. I hate these people. Bro, these companies suck. And I don't think it's gonna get better under Donald Trump because he's gonna take away some of the government positions that help the New York Department of Public, whatever it's called. I don't know. The one I've filed cases with a million times. Thank God we're in New York, bro. I bet Alabama doesn't have that. In Alabama, you get screwed by Con Ed. They're just like, you deserved it. You shouldn't have rented that place. You should have been smarter about where you rented. Fuck out of here, bro. Fuck out of here, Governor Glenn Youngkin. I don't even know. Is that Virginia or some shit? I don't know, man. Who's the governor of fucking Arkansas? Tammy Duckworth? Is that a person? He's going to keep naming Southern people. Mitch McConnell? That's a senator. I don't know, man. Tammy Duckworth is a person. I'm going to look up who Tammy Duckworth is. What a name, dude. Imagine, I was at an open mic yesterday, and I forget what name. There was some guy said something about a name. It was like a guy with the last name Boob. It was like Brigham Boob or something. I was like, that's a great name. And then someone else said their last name was, it's a guy with the last name Rape or something. I was like, what are these fucking names, guys? If your last name is R-A-P-E, you need to change your last, like legitimately change your last name to something you have, everyone will understand. It's like your last name being Hitler, change it. Who am I looking up? Tammy Duckworth. That's a person, is a politician, U.S. Senator. Spouse is Brian Bowlesby? Fucking A, who's this? Who the fuck is the... I don't know, man. I can't see anymore. This Wikipedia has a million fucking things on it. Tammy Duckworth. She was in the military? Tammy Duckworth, guys. She looks like she's Filipino. Is she Republican? I don't even know. I made her a Southern... I made her an enemy. I don't even know. She was in the Iraq War. Bro, I don't fucking know. I can't read this shit. She's from Thailand. Okay, cool. Lada Tammy Duckworth. Nice. Bro, what is her fucking political party? She's Democrat. All right. All right, Tammy. I guess you made it. Everyone, go support Tammy Duckworth. How do I know her? Sometimes you hear someone's name and you're like, I'll remember that name for the rest of my life. Not my name, though. You guys don't fucking know my name. I had someone come up to me in the gym the other day. They were just like, "You're the guy that makes the funny videos." I was like, "Yeah." And I was like, "What's your name?" And I forgot. I remember what she said, but I don't want to say it. And she was like, "What's your name?" And I was like, "Fuck, she doesn't even know my name." I'm just a blob to her. I'm just a man who tells jokes. No one even cares about me. Story of my life, guys. Always the bridesmaid, never the bride. Always the fucking bridesmaid. No, this is not related to what I just said at all. My refrigerator, dude, for the last month, my refrigerator has smelled like onions. Sorry if this is disturbing you guys, if you hate onions. We have some onion haters. It smelled like fucking onions, and I was like, what the hell is this? I was looking all over the place, not in the right spot, as you'll soon learn. I was like, I just cut up an onion. I was like, is it this? I have to see. I was sealing everything properly. I have baking soda in there to like absorb the smell, and I was like, what the fuck is that smell? It's disturbing me. And then like a week ago, I just looked, and there was this thing I have, this thing of Asian chili crisp, like Laogan Mod chili crisps. They're not the sponsor of this video, but I would love to have them sponsor because it tastes very good. And I had it sitting sideways, sealed, and I realized it spilled, and it just left this like pool of chili crisp oil. And I was like, that motherfucking chili crisp oil, it's right by the door, so when I open the refrigerator, it blows in my face. This is so boring, guys. This is so fucking boring. Hey, Matt, can you tell an entertaining story for once? Anyway, I cleaned it, and my refrigerator doesn't smell anymore. So that was cool. But now my chili oil is lacking some of the oil. It spilled out. So what are you going to do? I put that stuff on everything, though. What's that company? I put that shit on everything? Is that... that's a company that makes, like, spices or some shit. I don't know. I don't remember. All right, let's talk about something more fun. We had the Blue Origin rocket. I think I can speak for the country that we were all upset that didn't blow up. No offense to anyone who was on that... fucking, what is it called? A ship. We had who? Katy Perry. Fucking, the Zodiac Killers. Susan B. Anthony. Who's the fucking Casey Anthony? I confused Susan B. Anthony with Casey Anthony. Two of the exact opposite people. Casey Anthony was up there. Gayle King. Was Dua Lipa on that shit? I don't even know. Katy Perry. Jeff Bezos' wife. The fucking weird lady who looks like she's wearing a mask. And it went up, and then I don't know, what did they see? I don't even know what they saw. They just went up and went down. Waste of fucking money. Honestly, that's a good test. You might as well, if you're going to test with people, you might as well put, like, your current wife you maybe want to get divorced with, if she blows up, whatever. So that went up, that went down. People are kind of upset about it. I mean, it's just like, the fuck do we care about celebrities going to space? I'm not blaming any of the women. If you have offered me to go to space, I'd be like, yeah, I'm going to go to space. Didn't Pete Davidson go to space? The fuck is Pete Davidson doing in space? If you said, hey, Matt, you want to go to space? I'll be like, yeah, of course. I'll go to space. It'd honestly be more annoying that I have to be stuck in a pod in that short of a space for like probably hours with Katy Perry and some of the... I guarantee Katy Perry's so annoying. She's going to be trying out whatever new songs about like women kissing other women and then being empowered and having a birthday party. I don't even know what her songs are about. I think Katy Perry's worst song, I remember, was her birthday one. No, it wasn't the birthday one. It was some other fucking one. I forgot what it was. Something about pancakes. I'm going to look it up while I keep talking. Anyway, the rocket ship went up and down. I don't even know what is Jeff Bezos' fucking rocket company doing? Just sending people on tourist trips? Katy Perry pancake song. It's not even going to pop up. This Is How We Do? Yeah, fucking This Is How We Do. Such a fucking shitty-ass song. Holy shit. This is how we do. Yeah, shut up, Katy Perry. Stay on land. Do not go into space. So, that didn't blow up. Whatever. I didn't actually want it to blow up. You know what I do want to get blown up? Coachella, dude. Bro, if the Blue Origin rocket went up in space and then crash landed on Coachella, the country would be a better place. The country crash landed on the tent encampment in Coachella where kids are doing drugs and getting STDs passed around. I don't even care about these kids. I'm just saying Coachella is such a fucking such a fucking waste of money. Such a fucking I'm cursing too much today. I'm just ranting. It just annoys me. Paying so much money to just see people in concert and fuck around for a whole week just annoys. I don't know why. That's like the conservative part of me. I'm like, these people should be working. These people should be building a fucking house. Lay some goddamn bricks. Instead of listening to Charlie XCX dance for a whole week. What are they paying, thousands of dollars at the Coachella or some of these other festivals? What are you guys doing? Honestly, people who go to concerts too much bother me. They disturb me. I think they are mentally ill in a sense. I did not just say that. If your whole life is just like, I need to go to the next concert, guys, get a job, get a life, do something else. I don't know what to tell you. Have a hobby. Your hobby can't be obsessing. I think it's just if you're obsessed over someone else to an unhealthy level, where I need to see them, I need to follow them. You have a mental illness, and I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I want to help you. This is therapy. This is to help you get over your mental illness, but I do think you are mentally ill. And so I'm not saying I want to kill the kids with the Blue Origin rocket. I'm not saying I want to kill children. Or no, they're not children. They're young adults. Young adults, some of whom are sexual predators, some of whom are stupid as shit. And, you know, if they died, they wouldn't even know they died. They wouldn't even know the rocket was going to kill them. I don't want to kill them. I'd rather actually kill the performers, I think. Some of the super rich. There's like a subset. Maybe the people who got VIP tickets. Is that a thing? Like VIP, whatever, like an artist pass or some shit. Kill them. I want them to die. There should be a big circle with all the VIPs. The Blue Origin rocket hits it. And I'd be like, nice, the world is healing. And they didn't have Coachella back in the 1700s, back when they were dying of dysentery and freeing the country. They didn't have Coachella. They didn't have Coachella back then. So maybe they did. That's a good thing to think about. Who was the biggest like music star back then? Besides like Beethoven. Well, it was Beethoven, I guess. But in the United States. Because you don't like, how quickly was music being passed around? It wasn't. That's the thing, dude. You kind of like, you went to your local tavern and you saw a guy perform. You're like, what the fuck? That guy's singing? Never heard anyone sing in my life before. That guy can play the banjo? And that was your favorite artist. Just local. It was Paul Revere on his days off when he wasn't waving a flag and saying the British are coming. He was just playing in the pub. Just picking up chicks at the pub. I wonder if back then women actually liked musicians or they were just like, this guy's not a lord. This poor piece of shit. Like court jesters, I guarantee they were not getting much back then. Court jesters were tatted up. Like being a comedian back in the day certainly did not have its perks. Comedy's really only like stand-up comedy in and of itself in this current art form is like 100-year-old thing. It's not that old. Because back in the day, comedy was just different. It's like a fucking history lesson. There was like really like breaking through and being dirty on stage was like really something that didn't exist. I feel like until the 40s. When was Lenny Bruce around? The 30s, 20s, 30s? I don't know. But at a certain point, it was like, oh shit, these people are breaking boundaries. They're saying crazy stuff on stage. Back then, it was just Charlie Chaplin. He couldn't even say words. That's what comedy was. You couldn't even say words. You just had to go like, do, 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 with your little cane. I am a little man. That's my my comedy song. Anyway, so so Coachella, you know, if it guys, certain events, I'm gonna be real. You guys would all like if they were bombed. You guys, well, maybe not. I'm just saying if Congress met today, and like there was a carbon monoxide leak, and like all of the worst congressmen died, you wouldn't be like, oh my god, that sucks. You'd be like, interesting. Oh, what the heck? Who did that? So this is kind of what it is. Just like sometimes bad things need to happen to progress this country. Sometimes bad things. I was on the subway the other day, and there was this guy, this crazy-looking man. I don't think he was homeless, but he was a deranged-looking man, and he had a pit bull, and his pit bull was sitting there just chilling. You know, I'm not going to trust the pit bull ever. The pit bull was chilling. You know, he was just minding his business. There was this kid just like going up and down the train on his phone or something. I don't know why he was pacing. He was kind of being weird. And the guy started growling at him. He's like, he was like, I know you hear me, young man. I know you fucking hear me. If you keep antagonizing him, he's going to bite you. He's going to fucking bite. And the kid was like, what? The kid didn't hear him. I was standing right in front of them for some reason. I was in the splash zone. I would have got a residual bite. One of the tooth would have hit me instead. And the kid was like, what? He was just pacing down and forth. And he was like, sorry, I didn't hear you. And then he went to another car. Rightfully so, as he should. This motherfucker on a crowded subway with a fucking pit bull. He's like, if you keep antagonizing him, guys, there's 1 million people in his car. How about you don't bring your weapon on the car? It's like bringing a ticking bomb. Hey, if you go near my bomb, you're going to explode. Yeah, put your bomb in in a Uber or something. Have your bomb bite off the guy on the phone talking to his friend. Mom, to the fucking subway. So, you know, that guy was kind of scary. And I didn't want to lose my manhood there. I didn't want to cede to his threats. So I was like, I'll stand here. Fuck, I don't care about this fucking pit bull. Fuck you gonna do, pit bull? I'll fight you. It was a big ass pit bull though. Just slobbering guy. So he could have fucked me up, but I would have fucked him up. Guys, if your pit bull said, bro, I think I could take a pit bull. I think it would fuck me up, but I truly do think I could fuck around with a pit bull. But they have tough skin though. This thing, how would I do it? Let's say a pit bull had grabbed onto my thigh and was biting. Maybe the eyes. I think it would the eye. You like, all right, this is getting too graphic. Pitbull training course coming to... guys, check out the Patreon for a Pitbull training... No, I don't have a Patreon. I don't need your guys' money. I have my own money. And I need to save it by my Spectrum savings. Spectrum Spectrum should sponsor this podcast, even though I just told you how to make them less money. So they should. I don't think they would. But listen, guys, whatever. I don't know. Whatever Verizon. I don't even know what Spectrum used to be. Time Warner Cable, and they changed. Back in the day, I was around during the Time Warner Cable days. Look how old I am. Oh, I guess my next podcast is gonna be after my birthday. So you guys should all wish me a happy birthday in the comments here. By the way, the password is sock. If you guys want a Save the Carrot Meister's hat, the password is sock. Meatsangria.com, put in the password. If you've redeemed a hat before, you can't get this one. Password is sock, all uppercase. Password is sock. Please also, if you can, subscribe to the podcast if you're watching this on YouTube. Please like the video. Leave a comment telling me how much you love me again, wishing me a happy birthday. Do what you got to do, guys. But please, if you can interact with the video, it means a lot to me. It means a lot to see those numbers go up. I go, yes, I got more numbers. I don't care about you guys individually. I just care about the numbers. I see numbers go up. I go, yeah. All right. Yeah, so we got the crazy guy on the subway. And I know we talked about with my brother here about the police on the subway, how they, like, people complain when they give them tickets for jumping the turnstile. I feel like, honestly, most of the day, police are just kind of, like, not doing much. And, why should they be? I'm not even defending police, but, like, there's not something that requires them to be shooting people every second. There's not, like, it just doesn't make any sense the way some of you people think. Yeah, obviously, if they're lazy and they're ignoring something happening right in front of them, they should be doing something about it. But, I don't know, I feel like you see police officers, they're just standing around. Like, you kind of just need people to stand around sometimes. I feel like everyone thinks police officers are always investigating, like, serial killers. It's like in their spare time, they're always, like, stringing things together on a board. I don't even think they investigate serial killers that much. This episode of the Meat Sangria podcast is sponsored by NordVPN. Staying safe online is an ever-growing difficulty, and you could be exploited by hackers. NordVPN allows you to change your IP address, making you harder to track, securing your privacy. Visit meatsangria.com and click on the podcast sponsors section to get 72% off NordVPN's 2-year plan. I know I do a lot of risky things on the internet. Let's just say I like to peruse the things the World Wide Web has to offer. You got to stay safe, guys. You got to protect yourself. You got to protect your data and your device. NordVPN lets you do that. Once again, meatsangria.com. Click on this podcast sponsor section to get our special deal. Thank you. I really don't think, like, what are they going to do? Is there really someone's job who we pay taxpayer dollars to just invest? That sounds like so much fun. He just gets to investigate the Zodiac Killer. That's like every mid-aged mom who's just at home retired, just doing her own research. They get paid $100,000 plus to investigate that guy. I guess they could also die if they, it's just a movie. Does this even happen, the movie trope where the serial killer's like, investigator, I see you've been following me a little too closely. How about I up the stakes? I've taken your wife into custody. Has that happened in the history of the world? I don't think it has. I don't think it has. You poked your nose too far into my little plan, investigator. I might have to do something about that. Lawman. I don't think it has. I don't think it's happened. So this is like a made-up job, and it sounds like kind of fun. I would honestly do that in my spare. If you could tell me I could investigate serial killers and get paid, I'd be like, yeah, I'm fucking, hell yeah, I'd do it right now. This whole podcast would be me showing my findings. Me talking about the Green River Killer. Is that a person? The Green... Did I ever tell a story about the Green? Is that a person? Let me look it up. Well, anyway, I was on a tour in Alaska a few years ago. Almost 3 years ago at this point. Green River... Yeah, the Green River Killer. It's a guy named Gary Ridgway. I was on a tour. We had an amazing tour guide. Her name was Angie, I think, Big Angie. She was very fun, very entertaining. A comedian herself, we'll call her. She gave tours. And then she told us one story about, she was camping one time she had a gun on her. And this dude came up to her in the middle of the woods. This dude came out of nowhere and she pulled a gun on him. And it was, she says it was him. She said it was the Green River Killer. And she's like, that guy would have fucking killed me. She was a big ass, this woman's like a bodyguard type woman. But she had a gun. And she was like, yeah, he just walked away. And we're like, okay. I was like, all right, cool story. I have to believe you, but also like, maybe it was someone else. I don't know. She was like, it was the fucking Green River Killer. So, the police got him. That guy's been got. But I don't know, well, what do they do? They have so much evidence and just like files? Like who's... And there's so many cases too. Like I feel bad if someone gets... I've already said the R word on here, but the I don't like saying this word, honestly. It's just such a rough word. RAPE. If that happens to someone and they submit their like DNA evidence to the police and they give it to them, a lot of times it's just sitting. I always hear stories that are like, yeah, the DNA just sits there. No one even tests it sometimes. It's like, bro, that sucks. That obviously sucks, and like you kind of have to, I guess you have to be proactive about it. But like, hey, what are you fucking doing, guys? Test my DNA. But also, like in my mind, I'm like, yeah, it kind of makes sense. Is there just one guy that's just going through the evidence all the time? Like, it's just a weird job. I don't know. It doesn't make any sense that that's someone's job. So the department is kind of weird. The tax money we pay is kind of weird. I don't know. I think like the defund the police thing, I get it. You know, some police officers are kind of just, they have too much power, I guess. The fact that they can like internally regulate themselves and whatnot, and like there's no external force that, you know, people are like fired with pay or without pay or what. I don't know the fucking logistics of it. But, you know, like there are, like when things happen, we do need people to investigate them. And it's not just like, we can't rely on Facebook moms. We can't rely on people listening to the new murder podcast and like, I can crack this one. We need professionals. We need guys with trench coats and magnifying glasses. And, you know, those are hard to come by these days. Amazon just doesn't stock the correct magnifying glasses and trench coats. So tough luck out there. Tough luck, but it is what it is, guys. I always forget to check, now that we have this new setup, I always forget to check what time I start this podcast on. I don't know how much time has elapsed, but I'm good. I'm very good at guessing when this should be over. This is like a second sense for me. I'm so good at time. I wonder if there should be a competition where like a bunch of people just sit in a chair doing nothing for an hour, and then they have to guess when the hour's over. That's a new game show. It's the most boring game show ever. Gary looks like he's sweating. He almost thinks the hour's up, but it's only been 27 minutes. Would I be good at that? I think if I was able to speak, I would be good. Because then I would just do a podcast, and I would know, because I just do this all the time, I know when an hour's up. Right now, I'm probably going to say we're at 17, 18 minutes. That's my guess. I feel like that was pretty good. Some of you guys looked at things, you're like, holy shit. Dude, one time, you ever play this game where like you guess the bill? You guess the exact check? I guessed it exactly once. And it was a good day. Yeah, it wasn't any special. That's the type of thing when you're a kid, you think you have like a special ability to guess stuff. I remember there was a game, there was a show I used to watch on YouTube where it was like something about microwaves, I think. And like they would name the microwave something new every time. And I guessed the name of the microwave one time, and I was like, maybe I have an ability to guess things before they happen, and then I could never guess it again. I was like, okay, I'm just wrong. I don't actually have that ability. You learn via the scientific method. You got lucky. You don't actually have any supernatural abilities. If you still think you do at an old age, that's what we call being stupid. That's what we call not understanding causation and whatever the other words are. Cause and effect. You just think you just got you got lucky, guys. Anyway, let's go through some cool stories. We have two stories that are kind of related, but not really. Spanish police arrest 2 in cat smuggling operation. Spanish police arrested 2 people. I don't know if they're male or female. Doesn't matter. They were breeding exotic cats, smuggling them across countries to various czars and probably some Saudi Arabian people. They get their nice lynxes and cheetahs and whatnot. And I think I've said this before, but if you're buying exotic pets online, exotic big cats that can maul your face off, you have too much money. That is a clear defining line. Well, it's well past the line probably, but as I'm assuming you've bought a lot of other bullshit if you're buying a fucking exotic serval to live in your house. But that is a line. Like, truly you have too much money. If any of you disagree with that, I really want to know if any of you disagree. If you're buying a lion for your fucking house, that you have too much money. I don't know what to tell you. We fundamentally disagree. Maybe you don't have too much money, but you're wasting it. You're spending your money on bullshit. You should be spending it on better things. You definitely have too much money, I guess, but you should be more beneficial to society with your money, I would think, instead of supporting the exotic pet trade where these people, I don't even know how you breed fucking these things in captivity. That's a crazy lifestyle. That's a cool way to get into. Honestly, that's like a cool. If you're going to do something illegal, there's so many illegal things you can do that are cool. That is one of them. Breeding exotic cats is kind of cool. I'm not trying to support it. I just hated on it, and I'm like, oh, that's kind of cool. Hey, I'm Johnny, exotic pet breeder. Breeding exotic, so people breed exotic cats. That's kind of crazy. But then there's plenty of people who like breed exotic frogs and turtles and stuff. Those are easier to get away with, I'm assuming, because it's smaller. You can't really hide a fucking lion. You can hide a turtle in a box and ship it or whatever, and frogs and stuff. But that's less cool because they're like just breeding color. I mean, colorful frogs are cool. Don't get me wrong. But like it's objectively less cool. You can even breed frogs regularly. My brother wanted to do that, I remember, in high school. Honestly, one day I should make his dream by like building him a frog breeding. Why am I making? He's like a Make-A-Wish kid. I build him his frog breeding chamber, and he finally gets frogs that breed. That'd be kind of cool. That's a business though. People do that for pets. I understand that more actually. People are kind of against like pet breeding, and I get it for like the puppy mills with the dogs, and obviously this cat stuff. But I think people just care about non-mammals way less. People don't give a shit about frogs, bro. I could tell you a story right now of 1 billion frogs blowing up from the Blue Origin space capsule colliding. You would care more about the frogs than Katy Perry, but you would also care about the frogs. Like you would be like, okay, 1 billion frogs, I don't care. If I said 1 billion puppies died, you'd be like, oh my god, 1 billion puppies, and I showed you their faces. I could show you the faces of the frogs. It'd be like in memoriam, and just be like a bunch of big bloated faces. Wah, wah. Every frog just looks like it goes like, wah, meh. That's a frog noise. Wah, meh. You wouldn't care. So if you breed frogs, which they have like 1 million, they have so many eggs, hella babies. I don't think they all survive, but you breed turtles, frogs, snakes, and stuff. You know, whatever. Do what you got to do. That's how you get cool pets. They breed them with cool patterns and stuff too. I've bought turtles online before. I bought a turtle in the mail once when I was younger, and then I put him in a tank with another turtle, and my other turtle ate him. And it was devastating. It was a cool turtle, and I was really obsessed with turtles. I made a YouTube account. I think it was called. I don't want to say it in case it's still live. I actually haven't checked if they're still live. But it was in like 7th grade maybe, I think, and I bought another turtle. And I was watching this guy's videos, I remember, who would like unbox cool. It was like this rich kid who had like 1 million turtles. This was my fantasy back in the day. A rich kid who had 1 million turtles, and they were all so cool. And he had like amazing tanks, and I was like, I want to be like him. I want all these turtles. And I wanted to make my own videos because then eventually I could use that to parlay into more turtles. You see the turtle pyramid scheme? You parlay your existing turtle into additional turtles. Just one deposit of one turtle in 1 month, you get 2 turtles. I was like, I gotta get on this deal. And I bought this cool, it was like a Mississippi map turtle. I think it was really small. Probably too small to be with the other turtle. I think that was the problem. And I forget, I came back or... No, was he eaten? I don't think he was. He might have died from a disease. I forgot. I don't remember, but I came in and I was like, shit. I don't think I cried. It was more like... I don't know. I didn't get attached to him as much. I don't think I've ever cried when my turtles died. I'm going to be honest, but... One of my turtles I released into the pond when he was old enough, and so I hope he's good. I hope he was good. His name is Bubbles. I hope he was good. He's the pond baba. I could probably check on him. That'd be cool if I went there and he came up and he was like, I've been waiting for you. He's Japanese. He speaks with a Japanese accent. I have been waiting for you for the last 15 years. This pond is so... Is that a good old Japanese accent? This pond is so hard to live. Please take me back. He could be the king of the pond. What if I release the alpha male of the pond? Why do all reptiles have to have a Japanese accent? Is that a thing? Is that just in my mind? Like every frog, if it could speak English, would speak in a Japanese accent? I have such a big yearning for the flies. That wasn't Japanese anymore. All right, so that was that story. And then next one, I was like, what the fuck? Belgian teens arrested for smuggling 5,000 ants out of Kenya. What the fuck? Is that real? That's real. They showed pictures. They had like ants in tubes. And the kids were like, I didn't know it was illegal to smuggle ants. Yeah, well, you guys got fucking a whole lab experiment of ants. Wait, this is illegal? I'm sneaking them in my suitcase with 5,000... Who's buying fucking ants, guys? What the heck is this? What the heck is this? I didn't know there was a black market for ants. For Kenyan ants. Like, maybe they're stronger. Maybe... This feels like some eugenics type thing. Like, well, we can... The slave trade's over, so we're just going to get ants instead. That's kind of racist. But you know how these Belgians think. Wasn't Belgium like the worst? Belgium was the worst country in Africa. It was, right? What is it, King Leopold of Belgium? Like his war crimes were not war crimes, just like crimes against humanity were fucking atrocious. So it might still be in their blood. What I mean? It's like you can't trust German people. You go, hey, what the fuck are you guys doing? You guys are always a little sus. Belgians, they're too neutral these days. So you can't trust them. I don't know what they're doing with these ants. Enslaving them. So yeah, I don't know what these fucking kids are doing. I don't know who's buying these ants, but maybe they're gonna breed them themselves. I think every country kind of treats their own animals as like their own property. It's like you can't, like China, pandas are Chinese. They had the ability to take our pandas back. They were going to recall our pandas from our zoos because they're property of China. I'm not really sure if it works with some other animals, but I feel like it kind of does. Some of these countries are just like, yeah, that's our animal, guys. You can't just take our animals. You can't fucking take our ants. You can't take our valuable resources, and I get it. So don't take the fucking ants. I think these kids are probably going to jail or facing a big fine. They're teens, too. Man, some of you teens just get into these schemes. Honestly, if I was a teen and I needed money and it was just like go to Kenya and get some ants, I'd fucking do it. Go to Kenya and get some ants. I'd probably be a little bit more sneaky about it. Like 5,000 is a lot of ants. A couple hundred every time, here and there. It's like the drug smugglers. They go to Colombia and back. You know, a couple ants here and there. I would just release them in my suitcase and hope they don't. I would just be like, fine. I'd put them in my clothes and then I have to shake out everything. Where are the fucking ants? Where are these ants? I don't think they could crawl out of the suitcase. Can they? They might be able to, honestly. That's a good point. If you opened up... That's actually a good strategy. If you open up your suitcase, I go to Kenya. I'm an ant smuggler. I go to Kenya. I dump 5,000 ants into my suitcase. And then I just zip it up. And it's like with my clothes. And then they'd be like... I'd be like, yo, why is my bag fucking covered in ants? It's clothes that I don't care about. So I'm only there for the ants. I put like shitty clothes, and then when I get off my plane, when they catch me, I'm like, yo, what the fuck? Why are there so many ants in my bag? And they're like, I don't know. Maybe they like fell on something and there's ants. Like, what the fuck is this? I didn't put them in there. And then if I successfully do it, I just take all my ants out and I just shake the clothes and I'm like, all right, ants in a bin, and then I got my ants. That's such a good plan, bro. I should have been an ant smuggler. I should have been. That's my calling. I'm giving you guys free. These Belgian teens are listening to this and they're like, fuck, from jail. They're like, God damn it. It's a great plan. It would smush some of the ants, but you have 5,000, guys. I'm assuming you can spare a couple thousand ants. And if you can't, all right, put 8,000 in there. 3,000 die. You got 5,000 left. They're in your suitcase. Get a cool suitcase or wrap it with plastic or whatever so they can't escape. I don't know. I don't think the ant can like get through the... My suitcase is pretty tight. It's like not watertight or airtight, but... I don't think ants are getting to the zipper part. I don't know, man. That's a good strategy. That's a good strategy, guys. And you guys don't seem to like it. You guys are not agreeing with me as much as you should be. It's all right. It's all right. All right. Sorry. I'm about to just start going on my phone. What just happened here? All right. In some other news, the Atlanta Braves... Atlanta Braves sideline reporter has been... I don't want to say under fire, but getting a lot of attention for getting a woman's number during the game. The Atlanta Braves, a baseball team, my most hated baseball team, the fucking Atlanta Braves, I hate them with a passion. But the sideline reporter, you know, these teams have like, they have the main booth that does the calling of the games, and they have guys that like go through the stadium and just do stupid shit. That's what they do. They literally go around and do stupid shit and talk to people. They interview players, families, whatever. And this guy was talking with two girls, and then I think the people in the booth asked him to get the girl's number, and he got the girl's number. And then people were like, well, you can't do that on the job. That's fucking crazy. Some female reporters were like, if I did this, I would get fired, which I actually don't believe they would. I think they're kind of overblowing it. But, you know, to be fair, you know, should you be getting women's numbers on the job while you're on air? Probably not. Don't make it a thing. It was just a funny one-off thing. Probably nothing amounted from that. The guy looked kind of wacky anyway. I think the next day he was on like a seesaw that was shaped like a hot dog. He was just bouncing up and down. And they're like, okay, this is the progression of what he does. His name was like Wally or something too. I don't know, fucking stupid name, Wally. Ladies, if you give your name and number to a guy named Wally, you know, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to fucking tell you guys. What does Wally stand short for? Wallace? Walliford? Wallace is kind of a cool name. Yeah, it's overblown. Who cares? Who cares? This guy, this guy might be married. He just got a woman's number, cheating on his wife right on air. He's definitely not married. But I don't really care. What is baseball if not misogynistic, guys? What is baseball if not... there's so many predators in... Every few years, someone gets kicked off a Major League Baseball, like... well, both. The players and... executives get kicked. Executives get fired. There was the Mets GM got fired for sending his like dick pics to a woman, a reporter who didn't want them. unsolicited cock pictures, penis pics to this woman, and he got fired, rightfully so. One of the Mets' former managers. Mets do not have a good track record with this, but I think this all happened when they weren't Mets. It was before they hired them, which also, like, you know, everyone's saying, like, how didn't you find this out beforehand? Mets' former manager, Mickey Callaway, was also fired from, he was then, I think, at the time when he got fired, the pitching coach for the Angels or something, but he got fired for some inappropriate relationship with someone else in the organization. I don't remember, some other weird shit. Just guys being misogynistic, just fucking weird dudes. There was another recent guy, I think on the Cubs or the White Sox, who just stepped down for some other scandal. I don't know, guys. Guys can't keep their dicks in their pants. What can I say? It's a bros sport. And these guys are like, hey, I'm the big dog out here. You know, it's classic just Me Too stuff. Classic stuff we shouldn't have. And some of these guys, they don't care. And then the players actually do much worse. The players only get removed from the game. Actually, maybe they don't do much worse. Here's the thing. Maybe we haven't heard of some of these players just like sending dick pics to people unsolicited. Maybe the league covers it up. But players do get removed from the league when they do inappropriate things with children, which has happened a couple times with some Hispanic players. I'm not saying that's what they do, but I'm just saying it's happened. I think the rules around the age of consent are a little bit hazy when it comes to some of these Hispanic players, probably because the age of consent is different than where they're from, or it's just seen differently. You know, I don't think there's been a major league player that's been a pedophile, but they've been around, you know, with 15, 16, 17-year-old girls, and no bueno, and they've been kicked out of the league. And there's been a lot of good players that have been kicked out of the league. Star players who, you know, sorry guys, you can't do that. We can't have that around, and so they get kicked out. So, yeah, what was I even talking about? I don't even know what this is for. This is from the Braves guy. Why do I keep holding my drink in my hand and not drinking it? Why is there like sediment in the bottom of my cup? Someone trying to poison me. Interesting. This is the last podcast you'll ever hear of me. I'm poisoned. Dead. Killed. How many other words can I use? All right, so yeah, maybe that would be a cool story if they got married. It was also in Toronto. So the Braves sideline reporter, Toronto. Montreal, Toronto. You know, what is he going to do? What are they going to have a one night, one date, do whatever you got to do? You know, it's not resulting in anything. So, questionable. This episode is brought to you by the Matt Lipari store. Visit mattliparistore.com to peruse a wide array of items, including the Tell Me I'm Pretty Blobfish shirt. We have the Bubonic Plague Chicken Club mug. Many items for everyone in your family, including your disabled children and your old gay uncles. That is the perfect American family, as I could think of it. MattLipariStore.com. All right, is the United States coming to an end, guys? Is this the end of this country as we know it? I would like to not think so, but some people make it seem like it is, and that's kind of scary. I honestly might start buying gold. I'm worried about the economy. I'm not really worried about the country, honestly. I'm worried about the economy a little bit. And I'm worried about the value of our dollar. And I'm really thinking about putting a good amount of money into gold just to like kind of weather the storm. Because gold is a universal asset, guys. Gold is the universal asset. I have to figure it out. I don't want to own gold. I don't want to own bars of gold. Not that I can afford bars of gold. I'm just one bar of gold, like millions of dollars. Not trying to raid Fort Knox. I'm just saying, like, I feel like I need something to just sit out of cash. And I'm wondering, no one here is going to give me some economic fucking advice. Maybe you will. But, yeah, I just feel like I need gold. And I don't know what to do. I'm concerned. I'm kind of scared. I know people are saying if Trump is able to get rid of the chairman of the Federal Reserve, Jerome Powell, man, if you guys aren't in the United States, you're like, what the fuck is this? My country is doing great. You guys suck. If he's able to remove him, then everything's going to shit, and maybe it will. And I would hope to be able to buy gold before that happens, but we'll see. We shall see. What else did I have about the United States going to crap? Oh, yeah, people, it's just like annoying, you know, people are saying everything is fucking going to shit. People are scared. But no one really acts like it. I don't like, in my mind, when the country's really failing, we band together. I'm thinking 1776 or a couple of years before that. We're thinking olden times. You have a revolution. You go, what the fuck? Everyone gets together. We start shooting people. We blow up rockets. We blow up Coachella. But that's not how. So if the world's really ending, I don't think people really think it is because no one's really doing anything. I got people fucking lining up to get Bradley Cooper's cheesesteaks, waiting hours on a Saturday to get Bradley Cooper's fucking cheesesteaks. I'm sorry, that's not indicative that the world is ending, guys. Maybe it is. You're like, I have 5 hours left. I might as well eat this fucking guy with the fake prosthetic noses cheesesteaks. I might as well eat a guy who has no cheesesteak experience. I might as well eat his cheesesteaks. Fucking old actor. Not even that old. I don't know. Sorry, Bradley Cooper. I don't mean to offend you. But also, fuck you, Bradley Cooper. You're fucking part of this problem. You're so rich. You're like, I guess I'll just make cheesesteaks now. What's next? You're going to have your own liquor? He probably has his own liquor. This man definitely has his own liquor. Dude, this is the playbook if you're a celebrity, if you're an actor. You become an actor. You start your own liquor company. Well, you become really famous. You've done everything you could do in acting. You star in like bullshit movies now. I'm just describing Ryan Reynolds' life. That's what I'm describing. You become an actor. You start your own liquor company, or you get partnered with that. Casamigos, Aviation Gin, whatever the fuck they're called. Then you start another company. You could be Mint Mobile, could be fucking cheesesteaks, could be some other shit. You become an investor on Shark Tank. You invest in other poor people's ideas, but you make a lot of money as well. And you just rinse and the rich get richer, and everyone's still, oh my God, Bradley fucking Cooper. I almost called him Bradley Cheesesteak. That's what his name should be. Bradley fucking Cheesesteak. Bradley Cooper's making cheesesteaks. We gotta wait 3 hours for this shit. His store, by the way, I live near where Bradley Cooper makes the cheesesteaks. You can look it up. You can look up the location, find out where I live. That storefront is nothing happens there unless he's basically, in my mind, he's gentrifying this neighborhood, even though it's a very gentrified neighborhood. He's taking the spot of what it could otherwise be a very healthy family business to fucking sell his cheesesteaks. He sells he has one opening like every 2 weeks. The fuck is this, Bradley? What the hell are you doing? The hell is this? It's a barren area the other times. I saw a guy in there the other day. I guess they're going to do it this weekend maybe. They're going to sell some cheesesteaks. I just went on this rant about cheesesteaks. That means I kind of want to try one of these, but I can never wait on that line. I can't do it now just because I said this. Fuck, I want one of those cheesesteaks. I haven't had cheesesteak in so long, dude. I got to go to Philly just for a cheesesteak. I got to go to Philly, do some comedy, eat some cheesesteaks, become a fat piece of shit, become a Philadelphia Eagles fan, and then I would never do that, guys. I could never. A Phillies fan? Oh. I just said I hate the Braves. Guys, Phillies are right there. Phillies are neck and neck with the Braves. They're so close. Yeah, so is the world ending? I hope it's not. I really hope it's not. But people come up with all these theories. People come up with just the amount of just insane things people are talking about online. It's honestly ridiculous. The amount of conspiracy theories used to be fun, guys. They used to be enjoyable. I remember the conspiracy theory. I remember when I was younger that I believed that Paul McCartney wasn't real and he was replaced with a fake guy after he died in a car accident. That's a fun conspiracy theory. That's an amazing conspiracy theory. Instead now, Donald Trump I saw J.D. Vance is a pedophile. He keeps changing his name because he keeps touching kids and getting away with it. Guys, what the fuck? That's not fun. What the heck? It's depressing and ridiculous. Paul McCartney dying in a car accident, and then they said he was so popular. The Beatles were so popular. We can't have him die. Let's just give this guy plastic surgery and make him into the new Paul McCartney. And then they would play Beatles songs backwards, and it was like, oh, look, if you listen to this closely, it says, Paul is dead. I remember that. It was like, oh, shit, it does. But also, who's that good back then, even now, to encode hidden messages backwards in your songs? It was just like, Paul is dead. And like, pay attention, Paul's dead. They're telling us, Paul's dead. Paul's dead. Wouldn't you put more clues if you were the other Beatles and were trying to get people to know? Wouldn't you put more clues? Wouldn't Ringo just put some more stuff in there? What is Ringo doing? We're fucking Ringo, dude. I haven't heard that guy in a while. I'm Ringo Starr. Ringo kind of looks like me, which is kind of sad. I don't like that I look like Ringo. I wish I looked like, I actually can't even picture. No, I picture John Lennon right now. I picture, what's the other fucking guy? George Harrison. Oh, the Beatles, man. I don't even like the Beatles, bro. I honestly think the Beatles are overrated. Their songs all sound like, I'm not going to sing them. Can't be singing anymore, guys. Can't be giving you guys free entertainment. Their songs are all just too, I don't know. That's what I'm saying. Back in the day, there was no musicians. So the first time anyone made any music that was catchy, people were like, what the? This is insane. This is amazing. This is so good. I don't have to hear the drunk guy at the tavern anymore. I can hear these people. If Beethoven was dropping mixtape, honestly, Beethoven goes fucking hard. Some of those songs, dude. Moonlight Sonata, when you're in the mood, and he's whipping that thing. Woo, woo. I can imagine being in the theater. You'd be going crazy, waiting for the beat to drop. You're like, damn, this place is crazy, bro. I feel like they waited too long. They like stayed in those theaters for hours, though. That's too long. It's got to be like an hour, 30-minute show. It's got to be an hour, 30 minutes with an opener. Opener will just play like something else. I don't know. But yeah, I don't think I could listen to classical music for that long. I'd go to sleep. Or it's like an opera. I can't fucking listen to an opera. I'd go insane. It's 2025, guys. How's the fucking opera around anymore? How the fuck does it exist? All right. Down to fucking business. Let's see. 1 second here. Let me just read. Let me check the weather today. What are we looking at? I keep getting messages from my father about my grandparents in the hospital. And it's not great. But they're always in the hospital. Guys, the thing about old people, they're always in the hospital. And it doesn't mean they're about to die. It just means like it's like being an old person is like being an old car, and you just have to bring it to the mechanic all the time. It's like, yeah, you can still drive it, but it's going to be here for a couple of days. We got to change out everything. You're like, all right, I guess. So they're getting like things checked, valves replaced. I mean, it's kind of crazy. They're just always, I don't know. So, they're kicking. Thank God they're all still kicking. Wheeling around, wheeling and dealing. Not even just kicking, wheeling and dealing. But at a certain point, it's like, the hospital's not going to be able to replace all your valves. They're not going to be able to do it. What do I have there? About another old person. Let me sip this. This will clear my nose. George R.R. Martin, the author of A Song of Ice and Fire, A Game of Thrones, has said his next book, The Winds of Winter, is quote-unquote the curse of his life. George R.R. Martin says this book that he's been trying to finish for fucking like 15 years. I think the last Game of Thrones book came out in like 2007 or 9 or something. It's fucking crazy. Motherfucker's been trying to write this book for so long. It ain't, bro. He's gonna die before it comes out. Guaranteed. I've spoken about this before. He says it's the curse of his life. He makes progress on it. Sometimes he can't make progress. The guy can't finish this book. So the series will have to be finished. As you see, I have a lot of... You guys can see my book. Oh, shit, I almost dropped my turtle. You guys can see all my books here. This guy back here, I have a lot of Brandon Sanderson books back here. Bro, that man finishes other people's series. He might finish George R.R. Martin series when that man dies. He might be like, I'll take care of it. A weekend, he's got it. Will it be as good? Questionably. I don't know. I think Brandon Sanderson's a good author, but George R.R. Martin it's different. It's a little bit different. But we'll see. So I would have, I've read all of these Game of Thrones books. I would have to reread all of them because it's been so long, I don't remember. But then I would want to wait until because that's not even the final book in the series, bro. This man's not finishing it. He's not finishing it. It's the curse of his life and the curse of all of our lives, because nothing I hate more than reading a book series and it's not fucking finished. I don't even want to read it. I want to know I can finish it. Like the Stormlight Archive. It's a 10-part book. Only the first 5 are released. The next 5 may not be released. I feel like I've said this before. I've actually said this before. Fucking like 20 or 30 years, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not even gonna read it. I don't even like the series anymore. Fucking the first book was amazing. The Way of Kings is such an amazing book. It's crazy. And the next one is very good. And then it just progressively gets worse. This last book was fine. I read it. It was entertaining. But I was like, compared to the first book, it's so much worse. It's like leagues worse. And the story's just so convoluted. At certain point, I'm like, I don't want to read anymore. I don't even care what's going on anymore. It just becomes like when you make your story. I'm like acting like I'm an established author, but I feel like when you make your story just so broad and like it's just like when little things don't matter anymore. The first book is so good because like all these little things are happening and they all matter, and it's like you care more about these people individually. Not that you don't in the last one, but just like everything's just so far-fetching, and it's just like, all right, I don't even care. There's like millions of people die and all these people die. You're like, oh, fucking whatever, I don't care. I actually don't care now. I don't care. Like, you would care in the beginning, but I don't know, man. I don't effing know. So I'm yelling at the author. So I'm trying to. I might get some new books for my birthday coming up. That's what I. When you get to this age, you get books. You get manuscripts. Farmer's Almanac. You get that for your birthday. And encyclopedias. But kids probably got that for their birthday back in the day. Oh boy, I can't wait to get my new encyclopedia and learn about insects. Learn about Kenyan ants that I can smuggle and make money for my family. Yes, I'm trying to only get books that I can finish the whole series if I want to. So we'll see. But I'm trying to, sometimes the thing is when you buy a whole series of books, you buy like the box set of like 3 or whatever, it's a trilogy. I almost thought this stopped recording for a second. I got scared. If you don't like the first book, you're like, I have the other ones. What the fuck? God damn it! What am I gonna do? I don't want to read them. Well, I don't want to not read them, but I have them, and I also don't want to read them because it's boring. So I'm trying to like make sure they're good. But I've been burned before. People are like, these books are good, and I read them like, this book fucking sucks. This book is trash. So I don't know what to do. Why do I keep getting fucking phone calls from this number? Anyway, let's see what else we got. We got 2 more topics. God, I need so much water today. That just reminded me, someone probably delivering packages in the hallway. I ordered these fruits for another video, and I don't even think they've shipped. I just remember that. I gotta check that. It's like one of these... Bro, these fruit companies where you sell exotic fruits, they make everything like so complicated. They're like, we'll ship it only if it's in season. You're like, when is it in season? They're like, oh, we don't know. We can't tell you. I'm like, what the fuck? It's exclusive back order, only in season. Bro, get it in season. Tell me when the season is. Just be like, it's going to be available from this time. Give me a better... Like, the websites are so rudimentary. You're selling fucking $50 apples. Can't even tell me when I'm going to get it. It's fucking bullshit. I could whip... Some industries are just so behind on technology. Like, you can make so many things better. If you just like... someone came in there and just like, fucking... Let's get this website working. Comedy is one of those industries, dude. Comedians' websites are so bad. My website's not even that good. It's the most rudimentary, basic website. It's better than 99.999999999 German 999% of other comedians' websites that are just garbage. And I don't know what, no one cares. That's how it goes. All right, I was listening to, as you guys know, I don't have Spotify Premium. I was listening to Pop Smoke Radio on Spotify. I just click on his name and it plays me some song. Sometimes I do that when I'm trying to get in the mood. I'm trying to get in like the fucking... And I've thought this before, but it just reminded me of it. I don't think I've ever spoken about it. His lyrics, so obviously Pop Smoke died 5 years ago. He was killed, and posthumously they released a bunch of songs. And the songs they released after his death the lyrics are so bad. There's so many just like weird, vulgar lyrics that are just like such descriptive lyrics about him having sex that no one wants to hear. And I don't think he would have released... I'm not saying Pop Smoke is like this altruistic, Zen Buddhist man. He's a fucking gangster from Brooklyn. But I guaranteed, like, if I died and there was like a bunch of or filmed stuff that I didn't want posted and someone else posted, I'd be like, fuck, I don't want people to see that. It's just him going like so descriptive. He's like, I don't even want to say it. It's just like this Mood Swings, the song. He's one song with Little TJ, who they're both just being fucking gooners on there. Both being fucking weirdos. Just like I imagine they were in the studio filming and just like licking their lips, rubbing their hands. They're like, Just listen to Mood Swings by fucking Pop Smoke. It's just a ridiculous song. It's so stupid. But he does it in other songs too. It's just so graphic. It's like literally describe... I don't want to say it. I'll read one line. I see your... I can't even do it. I can't do it. You can't read rap lyrics and just like do it with a straight face. It's like a white guy reading rap lyrics. I see her pussy through the panties. It tastes like candy. That was the line I wanted to say. It's like, all right, bro, I didn't need to fucking say that. Some guys are listening to like, what kind of candy, Pop Smoke? They're like, hey, what kind, M&M's or Sour Patch Kids? What we got? If someone's pussy tastes like M&M's or Sour Patch Kids, that'd be crazy. I don't know what candy he's referring. I actually want to know what candy he's talking about now because I can't even think of a candy that would taste like. She must have had diabetes, I think. She probably was like secreting insulin. I don't even know how it works. I don't fucking know. She was a diabetic. It's like when my pee sometimes smells like buttered popcorn. It doesn't sound good. It doesn't feel good, but I guess it'd be enjoyable if someone like, I don't. What am I saying? Fuck this, guys. I met someone the other day who told me that I'm not going to say this, guys. It's getting too graphic. You know what? Whatever. We're allowed to be graphic here. We're allowed to be graphic. Who said the first time it was a woman. The first time she gave a man, why am I speaking in code? First time she blew a man, he peed in her mouth. She told me, and I was like, what the fuck? That's crazy. Thanks for the update. I'm going to go home and not repeat that unless it's on my podcast, in which case I will talk about it in detail. No, but I was like, okay, we don't need to talk about that. Next subject. That's kind of crazy, though. Bro, if you got to pee that much, just pee beforehand. That's actually why I don't understand. Well, I do understand, like, morning sex, but I have to pee so much in the morning. I'm trying to think. I've had morning sex before. I've had it, and I don't think I peed beforehand. I think I just... Did I? Bro, what the heck? I guess maybe I've been fine. I don't know. How's that? Like, most days I wake up and I'm like, I have to pee so badly. And I can't think of a time where I had to pee. I think I'm trying to think, bro. Because I wouldn't want to get up and pee because it'd be like I'm comfy in my bed. I don't want to get up. I'm trying to think. I don't think I have. That's interesting. I gotta take a record next time. I have to start keeping a list. I have to keep down. The second I'm done with the girl, I'm just like writing notes. She's like, what is it? I'm like, keeping my morning sex tally up. It's okay. You can leave. You did your job. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, sweetie. Here's your goodie bag at the door. That'd be crazy if I gave out goodie bags. My goodie bags would be like disgusting food, though. It'd be like, hey, you can try this. Dude, the next food I'm making is going to be insane. I see it on my table right there. I might make it after this, actually. I'm thinking I'm going to make it after this. Bro, that shit is fucking... I'm like scared to make it, honestly. But it's going to be fun. I have to make it. It's going to be fun. I'm excited. I'm actually excited to do that right after this. All right, last thing. Back to dating again. Back to, listen, like I said, we're getting dates. Dates are on the horizon. Dates are in the books. They're on the calendar. They're in the schedule. We're seeing how things go. Some promise, some non-promise. But I think I actually need to tally this. I needed to run the numbers on this because I think if you go on a first date, right? If the second date is too far from the first date, I think it never works out. I'm trying to think of every time that's happened to me. I feel like it never works out in that case, which is crazy. And I wonder if there's something I can do to, because it almost feels like then you're going on another first date. You know what I mean? Like when you go on a first date and then like, let's say 2 or 3 days later, you go on a second date, the person's fresh in your mind. You remember everything that happened. You still have the vibes. You still have like chemistry. And so then it can progress to like that second date kind of thing where now you're getting a little kissy perhaps. Other things are happening maybe. But if you go on a first date and sometimes it's like, all right, a week and a half later, they're doing stuff. They can't do it. And then I'm just like, this feels like another first date. Like I feel like I don't even know you. You know what I mean? So I'm kind of in that position right now where I might be going on a second date with someone a few weeks after the date. And I'm like, we'll see how it go. I don't know, like I don't know how to make this like feel like you know what I mean? Maybe some of you guys have tips for me. I don't know how to make this feel good. I'm trying to think. Like really, I'm genuinely thinking every time I went on a second date that was too far after the first one, like over a week, I feel like it wasn't good. I'm just trying to think it wasn't good. Now, if the third date is a few dates after, if like a week or something, then it's fine. I think then it can work. Then it can be okay. Because like I think once you've like crossed the threshold, you don't go backwards. But it takes a while. Like you have to like build momentum to get across the threshold. So that's my theory here. So I'm really all about like, let's say you go on a date on a Monday or Tuesday, then you have the second date on like a Thursday or Friday. And that's when, you're hitting that momentum. Hitting that momentum, that's not the name of the girl. I'm not hitting momentum. I'm just saying you're just getting that good stride. So, yeah, that's my goal whenever I go on a date. I'm like, all right, if we want to go on another one, let's plan it very soon. Or the next week is fine, You go on a date on but a Monday, I like going on dates on Mondays, honestly. It's like a nice way to start the week off. But then it's hard to go the next week, but then it might be, I don't know, whatever. It also depends if you have good banter, too. When you go a week and a half without a date, and it's the first date, and you're like, you still don't really know them that well, it's like, shit, how do I keep this up for a whole week? Plus, so it's tough. The trials and tribulations of being such a desirable bachelor in the city. It's just so hard, guys. It's so hard. So hard when everyone wants me. I'm kidding. No one wants me. Nobody wants me. No, it's okay. All right. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Again, please like the video, or if you're on Spotify or Apple, I guess you can rate this podcast, right? Guys, if you're not going to rate this 5 stars, kick the curb. Take a fucking hike, guys. Take a fucking... Look into the goddamn mirror. Take a hike. But yeah, please subscribe. Please, support me any way you can. You don't have to do it monetarily if you can if you want, but otherwise, clicking buttons is always the best way to do it, and staying active and committed to the life. I need a new catchphrase. I need a theme song, but baby steps, guys. Baby steps. I'll sing the song myself. I'll get one of the drunk guys I keep talking about in this mythical tavern to sing my theme song. I'll write the lyrics out. Thank you so much, guys. We will end this with a sip of water.